Welcome back, my luxurious fleet. Need to give you guys an update. There's a lot going on with the channel. I have a lot of ideas, and first of all, I just want to thank you guys for 3,000 subscribers. Holy cow, my dream's becoming real. Thanks for all the support. I'll see you on the other side with lots of news and exciting things. Let's get into it. The first thing that's going to change this channel in a big way is the quality of video that I'll be able to capture. I had a pretty good month last month selling some vehicles. I'm very fortunate, very blessed to have that happen, and doing so I'm going to be reinvesting back into the channel, and the biggest thing for that to happen is going to be a new camera. So I've just been using my phone this entire time. I have almost 200 videos on my channel, just my Pixel 2 XL. However, there's a lot of limitations that you have with the phone. They're incredible tools, and the camera system on this is really good for a cell phone, but I need a real camera to take the quality of my videos to the next level. So if we go over to my screen here, I'm getting a Canon SL2. They're kind of known as a great beginner amateur's camera. You can put tons of different lenses on them. They take really good photos, and they're really good at vlogging and video because the screen articulates and will face you. So super excited to have that as a part of my toolbox, as you could say, of my YouTube toolbox. That's the first thing I wanted to share with you guys. The next thing is a little nerve-wracking to me because I don't really know how it's going to be done, but I got to do it because I want this channel to thrive and grow. So I'm going to be reaching out to other dealerships. My day off at my job at Lexus is on Wednesdays, so I'm going to be driving to other luxury dealerships on those days off and trying to get my channel working with them so I can review their luxury cars as objectively as possible. How do you guys think I should do it? Should I let them know that I'm a Lexus salesman? I think I'm going to. Honesty is really important, and I think that instantly gives me credibility. I'm interested to see you guys' comments on, you know, me going to like an Acura dealership or a Mercedes dealership and me saying, hey, you know, I'm a videographer, I take pictures, and I do YouTube. Oh, by the way, I also work for Lexus. So it's just kind of funny, but guys, most importantly, I'm not, like, Lexus doesn't pay me to make this YouTube channel. I use them as a vessel to expand my channel. I love their cars. I think they're amazing. They're arguably the best cars out there. However, before I'm a Lexus fan, I'm a car fan before that. I love all cars. Like, cars are amazing. They're an incredible thing. So before I'm a Lexus fan or Toyota fan or Maserati fan or whatever fan I'm gonna be, I'm a car fan first, and that dictates where the channel's eventually going to go, which really, luxury cars are my passion. I could care less for Kias and Fiats. Those don't entertain me because those are your run-of-the-mill cars. Yes, they're amazing. I do love cars, but you know what? Those are the things you kind of see almost on an everyday basis that doesn't get my heart pumping, or, you know, catches my eye and I can't stop looking at that vehicle, like a 911, for example, or an LC500. If you see something like that on the streets, like, it just blows your mind. It does amazing things. So that's like my inner kid in me wanting to stay with luxury cars, because as a kid, that was something it was just a dream. I would only see these vehicles in magazines, or as I got a little bit older, I'd see them online. So being able to live my dream and going out to other luxury car brands is a dream come true. But I just got to make it come true. I'm already making it happen with Lexus, and then I will be making it happen with all the other luxury automakers that I have at my fingertips here in my hometown of Omaha. So yeah, just let me know what you guys, let me know which car brand do you want to see the most on this channel outside of Lexus. I'm going to try to hit all of the luxury car brands, at least the ones I have. But we recently just got a Bentley dealership that's like, to me, that's like the top of the line. I got to get to Bentley, but before there, I feel like I got to work my way up. So I'll probably go, BMW, Acura, Land Rover, Jaguar, Porsche. Porsche's awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on them. We have a Maserati dealership. We have an Alfa Romeo. Like, we have a ton of luxury car dealerships here, and there's no shortage of opportunity other than my lack of going out and making it happen. So that's where the future of the channel is. I probably won't ever review pickup trucks or most Toyotas. If I get a chance to review a Supra, I'll probably do it. But I do love Toyotas. I drive them. They're just not the most exciting vehicles. But yeah, I'm going to be keeping all of my reviews within the luxury spectrum. I don't see any other car YouTuber reviewer doing that. All of them are doing the full spectrum of the cars, and I don't know. Yes, I could thrive in that environment. Yes, there's enough room in YouTube for many car reviewers, but I want to do something that I want to do, not what everyone else is doing. Reviewing the new Kia Soul, that review just came out like a couple days ago. All the car YouTubers put them up. They put up their review of the Kia Soul. Like, that just doesn't get me going. Instead, put me in a K900. Awesome. Put me in Genesis G90. Awesome. You know, I have nothing against Kia, but put me in their upper echelons and I will thrive. And that's where, that's just what makes me really excited about cars, is the ones that I never dreamt, the ones that I only dreamt of as a kid seeing, let alone touching, driving, experiencing, and being able to share my experiences with them with you. That's ultimately what this channel is about. And the last thing that's been on my mind in the past couple days for the next direction for the channel to go to, I already talked about branching out to other luxury cars, and I've been kind of talking about that in the past in all my other videos, how my plan is not to stay with Lexus in terms of videos. It's to branch to all the luxury car brands. Now, here's something that just popped into my head. I don't know if it's a crazy idea. It's probably pretty crazy, but I want to get your guys' thoughts on it. So I was driving to work yesterday, and this thought came into my mind. Like, I just live in a small apartment with my family, but of course one day I'd love to have a house and my own studio for my channel. And so I was kind of like daydreaming on the way to work, and I was imagining my studio, and it would have shelves, and I'm like, man, how cool would it be, if on the shelves I had, some model cars that, Lexus cars or Porsches or Ferraris, because I never had those as a kid, the real ones, but not even the model ones. We didn't have a lot of money growing up. So, I'd go to my friends' houses and they would have these really intricate model cars. So that's always been kind of a dream of mine. So I was thinking about that on the way to work, and I get to work and I go to our service area, where it's called the service lounge, where people just hang out while their cars are getting a car wash and oil change. And we have a small merchandise window there in the cafe, and there was a model car sitting in there, and I've never seen one before. It was like a GT3 Racing RCF, like metallic blue, super cool. It's a replica of the GT3 Racing RCF. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I was just imagining model cars, and it just popped up literally 2 hours later. Like, I couldn't believe it. And so this morning, well, back up a little bit, I asked the barista, I'm like, where did this come from? He's like, I don't know, it was here when I got here this morning. I'm like, well, do you know how much it costs? He's like, no, maybe 80 bucks. I'm like, oh, okay, if it's 80 bucks, I might get it. It was still there this morning. So he's like, well, you're gonna have to go to Parts. Parts is another building. So I ran over there to Parts, and I'm like, how much is the RCF that's over there? And do you have more? What kind of cars do you have? And he's like, well, we only have two. We have the blue one over there, and you have an option over a red one. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, how much are they? And he's like, the retail's around 180. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's a lot of money for a plastic car. Now, it's a 1/18 scale, and I'll be posting pictures. I'm sure I already did. But I'm like, I get a discount, right? So I'm like, how much is it gonna be for me? And he's like, oh, it's gonna be, I think he said around like 130, 140. I don't have the exact numbers, but those are ballparks of roughly what it would have been. And so, like, I got kids to feed, I got bills to pay. Like, that just doesn't make sense right now for me to spend that money on model cars. But you know, I went home that night and I'm like, how can I make this happen? So I was just I was Googling how, like, the best model cars. So I found a bunch of websites, which I'm gonna start sling over on the screen here. I found a few websites that had really awesome model cars, and I'm like, I sent them all emails, and I even called a few today. I'm like, let me sample your cars on my channel. I'll do cool little reviews on them. I do reviews already on real cars. I would love to do at least have a small subsection of my channel cover luxury cars that are models. How cool would that be? At least that's cool for me. I know I'm super excited about it. I probably sound like an idiot, but that's fine, because I feel like you guys would love stuff like this too, because literally last night I was up till midnight just looking at these models, and it just felt like the inner kid in me coming out. I was so excited at the possibility of me getting model cars and being able to share them with you. So here's a website. They have I pulled up 3. They have really good offerings. And the RCF that we have at our dealership for sale is not this one. This one looks cheap in comparison. And the crazy thing is, this is like a $400 one. Now, it might not be that cheap. I just don't like how the wheels are tucked into the wheel wells. I don't think it just looks that attractive. But like, look at these LS 500s, like LC 500s. Look at these NXs. Like, they look like real cars. They're just shrunk, and I'd love to do reviews on them. Oh my gosh, I'm just salivating. Let's just go to the next page here. This LFA, look how amazing it is. I don't even know if this one's in stock anymore. It might be like discontinued. But look at this matte black Nürburgring edition LFA. And it's not just Lexus, they have all the car makers. Like, it's crazy. Like, there's some on one of these sites that is like a $1,300 model LaFerrari, and I would review the hell out of that. That'd be the coolest thing. That would almost get me as excited as getting in the real thing. It sounds as crazy as that sounds. I feel like this is like speaking to my inner kid, where getting into a LaFerrari would be like my manhood dream, where like getting my hands on these model cars is my childhood dream. Does that make sense? And last but not least, like this other site, like there's just a lot of sites. Like this one has a bunch of LC 500s with different colors, and I've seen and I've clicked on some of these before, and some of them have different interiors, and they're all true to the colors of the real car. Like, that is just super cool. I know I'm geeking out, but what do you guys think? Do you want me to review model cars? And I reached out to these guys. I left voicemails. I'm trying to get a hold of them because I feel like that would, you know, take the channel into a really good direction. And I looked on YouTube and I couldn't really find any channels that had built an identity around reviewing and playing with and showing model cars. And I wouldn't be showing a Dodge Ram model truck or a Chevy Impala. No, I'd be showing like an LC 500 or a LaFerrari or a Porsche 918 Spyder. Like that's just crazy. That's super cool that I could, you know, make YouTube channels on that. I just need a little help. I don't have the money to pay for something like this. And I'm like, well, shoot, how do I get it? If they don't respond to me, how do I get these cars on my channel? I'm like, well, maybe I start a freaking Patreon. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Should I start a Patreon so I can review these cars, and then I will do a drawing, and then my Patreon members will, whoever I draw out of the hat, will get the car I reviewed? I don't know. So I just have a lot of thoughts in my head, and I know you guys, I can't do this channel alone. It only exists because you guys follow and watch it. So I want to know your thoughts on everything I said today. I got a new camera. Of course, all you guys are going to be happy about that. I'm going to be going out to other luxury car makers and dealerships and trying to start a relationship with them so I can give you a ton of luxury car reviews. And last but not least, like expanding my channel to reviewing luxury model cars. And Patreon, should I do a Patreon? Like, there's so much stuff, guys, that I want to do for you and for the channel, and it just makes me excited at the thought of it. So please let me know. I'll see you in the comments below. If you're not a subscriber and you've watched it to this end, the end of the video, whatever, subscribe to the channel. Like, get it done with. You've already wasted about 15-20 minutes of your time watching me babble on about my stupid channel. So subscribe, like, I'll see you in the next video. More importantly, I'll see you in the comments because I really need your guys' feedback. And peace. Later.